The year is 480 BC. The ancient world is on the brink of catastrophe. The mighty Persian Empire is marching toward Greece with an army so vast it's said to have stretched for miles. But standing in their way is a small, determined force of 300 Spartan warriors led by King Leonidas. The Battle of Thermopylae has been immortalized in history. Books, movies, and countless retellings. But what's the real story behind these 300 Spartans? Why does their stand still haunt us today? Let's start with the odds. The Persian forces, which some estimates claim numbered up to 1 million soldiers, were crushing everything in their path. They had already swept through Asia Minor, Egypt, and the Levant. Now they had their eyes set on Greece. Greece was divided, weak, and on the verge of falling. But then, the Spartans made their stand. At Thermopylae, a narrow pass between the mountains and the sea, they knew this was their only chance to stop Xerxes' invasion. The 300 Spartans, along with a few thousand other Greek allies, took position. They were prepared to fight to the death. Here's the thing: the real story isn't just about the famous 300. The Spartans were highly trained warriors, yes, but they weren't alone. In fact, there were thousands of Greeks at Thermopylae, including the Thespians, Thebans, and others who chose to fight alongside them. But it was the Spartans who led the charge, using their famous phalanx formation, a tight, shield-to-shield line that made them nearly unbeatable in close combat. The Persians, with their massive numbers, tried everything: archers, cavalry, and infantry. But the narrow pass kept them from fully utilizing their advantages. For 2 days, the Greeks held their ground, inflicting devastating losses on the Persians. The battle became a symbol of courage and sacrifice, and a beacon of hope for the Greeks who would later rally to defeat the Persians. But here's the twist: the 300 Spartans didn't just die. They were betrayed. On the third day of fighting, a Greek traitor named Ephialtes showed Xerxes' forces a secret path that bypassed the Greek position. The Persians were able to surround the defenders. Despite their heroism, Leonidas and his warriors fought to the last man. The Spartans, knowing they were doomed, held their position to give the rest of Greece time to organize a defense. What makes this story so haunting isn't just the bravery of the 300, it's the sacrifice. The Greeks fought, knowing they couldn't win. They fought, knowing they would die. And that sacrifice was not in vain. Their stand at Thermopylae gave the Greek city-states time to prepare for the Persian invasion, leading to the eventual defeat of the Persians at the Battle of Plataea later that year. Thermopylae became a symbol of resistance. It showed that even in the face of impossible odds, courage could defy overwhelming power. And the real story of the 300 Spartans isn't about how they fought, but about why they fought: to protect their homes, their families, and their freedom. Even today, we remember their sacrifice because it resonates with something deep inside us. The idea that standing up for what's right, even when the odds are stacked against you, is worth it. The legacy of the Battle of Thermopylae and the 300 Spartans still haunts us because it represents a universal truth about the human spirit: the will to resist oppression and fight for freedom. Want to learn more about the greatest moments in history and why they still matter today? Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more stories that changed the world.